Coverage of the opening ceremony begins tonight, 7:30, 6:30 Central. We, of course, hope to see you right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
Now from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is your Forecast First from KARK, your weather authority.
And it is a cold, crisp, and snowy evening in the capital city. Hello and good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Ashley Ketz. We are bringing you this newscast from the majestic Ice Desk. We are not in Sochi. We are in beautiful downtown Little Rock, and we are gearing up for the opening ceremonies, which start right after this newscast. And Bob, in just a few minutes, we've seen some snow start to stick to the sidewalk.
Not only is it starting to stick to the sidewalk, it's starting to come down a little bit heavier. Chief Keith is up in the Weather Center with a look at what our forecast is going to be throughout the evening and into the weekend. Hey, Keith.
Well, hi, Bob and Ashley. That's right. We do have snow continuing to expand across central and western Arkansas. The National Weather Service issuing a winter weather advisory for almost the entire state. What that means is there'll be enough snow to impact travel around the state as we head through the overnight hours. This is a very quick moving system, so the snow will be coming down moderate to occasionally heavy at times. We're already seeing that snow expanding throughout much of Pulaski County through the downtown Little Rock area up toward Russellville. Getting mighty close to you folks up at Clinton. It's been snowing for the last several hours out across west central and southwest Arkansas, and now that snow even expanding across the southern part of the state on toward the Mississippi River. Generally, we're looking for an inch or two of snow from the Little Rock area and points to the north, an inch or less across the southern third of the state. Some of the higher elevations of the Ouachitas and the Ozarks could see up to 3 inches of snow. Temperatures will remain fairly steady as we head through the nighttime hours tonight. Just about everybody will be starting their Saturday with cloudy skies. The snow will be well gone by the time we head toward tomorrow morning, and it's going to be a chilly one, down to 24 degrees. But some sunshine's in the forecast and also another chance of snow. We'll have all those details in a few minutes. Aaron?
All right, Keith, thank you so much. The news of the day revolving around that winter weather as flurries begin to fly. We've got reporters in place to keep an eye on those conditions. We begin with KARK4's David Goins live with the latest in Bryan along Interstate 30. David, the snow started less than an hour ago. Are the roads starting to become a concern in Saline County?
Not yet, Bob. We hope it really stays that way throughout the evening. Take a look at I-30. Really, the commute in from Little Rock southwest into Saline County really went pretty well. Maybe that commute was kind of broken up over a couple hours, and that kind of helps the process. Even the backup to get on I-30 here on the Reynolds Road feeder, not too bad, or the access road, I should say. But as you go further southwest, usually that's the best way to get away from the snow. But as we know, it's coming up from the southwest, Arkadelphia, and so forth. Waiting to see how much snow they get, not waiting to respond, but in the sense of really when it comes to snow, you kind of have to wait to see what you get for those plows to come on through. So, but otherwise, road conditions in good shape here in Saline County. But as we nudge up a little bit further northeast, let's see how it's going right now with KARK4's Max Ridling in Little Rock. Max.
Hey, thanks, David. Yeah, I'm standing in front of 630, where, as you can see, traffic seems to be running pretty smoothly. Hopefully, we can keep it that way. And we can check the roads right now. Just some snowfall on the ground. It's not really sticking. So, folks who are heading out this morning or tonight, just be careful. This may stick later on this evening. But later on, we could see about 1 to 2 inches of snow. That's what's predicted. So hopefully, if you are heading out tonight, just make sure to just be careful of those icy patches. You know, yesterday we saw some snowfall, but it's nothing like what we're seeing now. It really started to pick up within the last 10 minutes or so. So again, if you're heading out tonight, just make sure to drive with caution. Reporting live in Little Rock, Maxine Ridling, KARK4 News.
Maxine Ridling, David Goins, thank you so much on road conditions around Central Arkansas. With snow in the forecast, some schools in Central Arkansas letting out early today. The Little Rock School District says it wanted to make sure everyone got home safe. But KARK4's Drew Petrimo found out some think precautions went a little bit too far.
Scurrying home to beat the snow. That was the name of the game for Susan Robinson and her 2 kids. For Robinson, precaution on the part of the Little Rock School District, the right call.
It's not snowing yet, but it is certainly cold, and there is a storm headed this way.
Robinson says her trip home from Pulaski Heights Elementary only about a mile. But she says getting home in the snow for others could be dangerous.
We have a lot of rural students that attend school in Little Rock, and we want to make sure that they can get home safely, too.
But with parents waiting to pick up and the snow still not falling, some wondering if caution is going too far.
I think they should have stayed in school all day because the weather ain't coming till late on this evening.
It makes it hard, especially if parents are at work.
And we done been at school colder days than this.
The Little Rock School District says it made the call to let out early after speaking with the National Weather Service, its transportation officials, and other school districts. Kids seem happy to get the weekend started early. Same with this mother.
I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm ready to go home. Stay home until it's over.
Looking to beat the latest wave from Old Man Winter. In Little Rock, Drew Petromo, KARK4 News.
Drew, thank you so much. Just a reminder, you can keep up with the changes in the weather on the air, online at arkansasmatters.com, and through our mobile app. Breaking news now into the KARK4 newsroom. A man in custody after police say he brought a gun on the McClellan High School campus. Now, according to Little Rock Police, 18-year-old Martez Moore arrested for possession of a handgun on school property. Moore, along with 2 other men, were seen in a suspicious car on campus. The 3 made their way inside the school, and security officers called them into the office where they were electronically scanned. That's when police say a pistol was found in Moore's sock, and a school resource officer recovered the weapon. Martez was taken immediately into custody. It's known as the zombie drug, or the flesh-eating drug, and it's quickly becoming a popular replacement for heroin. And this Russian concoction is starting to gain the attention of our local law enforcement. Now, we do want to warn you, some of these images are extremely graphic. These are the results of crocodile, skin literally falling off the body, and severe sores. The drug is a mixture of codeine and household items like paint thinner or gasoline. It's extremely addictive and is very cheap. Recently, Lieutenant Jim Potter from the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office attended training on crocodile.
Something in 1 to 3 years, it's not going to make you better. It's going to make you deader. So let's have a look at that from day one. The class that we got was, let's get in front of it. Let's get what we can. Hopefully that it's not something that comes across to the states.
Tonight, after the Olympics, in a KARK4 special report, we will dive deeper into crocodile, including the honest opinion of a man who has used and sold drugs for the last 3 decades. Because your health matters, Arkansas looking at running its own health exchange and breaking away from the troubled healthcare.gov website. An oversight committee hearing from the Health Insurance Marketplace Board this morning. The board's job? Decide whether or not Arkansas should create its own healthcare exchange in 2015.
I think also some of what has happened in Washington, D.C. and the problems that the federal government had with their websites and the launch of their programs, I think also has kind of led to a lot more of the attitude that, you know, it probably would be better off being done here in Arkansas.
State Representative Jeremy Gillum says he believes if the Affordable Care Act is still in place next year, the legislature will look to have its health care exchange run in Arkansas. New information released today about former state treasurer Martha Schaffner. According to documents obtained by KARK4, the super indictment details why the feds added the additional mail fraud charges, as well as exactly how much money Schaffner used for personal expenses instead of campaign expenses. That amount, roughly $47,000. Now, Schaffner's next federal court appearance is set for the end of the month. And former Saline County Sheriff Bruce Pennington announcing he's going to run again for the same position. The sheriff making the announcement late this afternoon. This comes after he was arrested and pleaded guilty to public intoxication and resisting arrest last year. The Saline County Quorum Court asked for his resignation, and he subsequently stepped down. That is the news making headlines around the state of Arkansas. Now let's go back to Bob and Ashley at their icy wonderland known as the Olympic Ice Desk. Bob, I got to ask you, I've seen a seat out there. Have you sat down in that ice throne yet?
Pardon? Wait, I didn't hear you.
The ice throne.
Oh, the ice throne. Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, there are a lot of firsts in TV. This is a first for KARK to have an ice desk. This is actually the first time I've ever used ice cubes as paperweights.
Right. Hey, it works.
Also the first time I've ever had snow on the script. So it's a lot of fun. This is kind of kicking off. I mean, it's the winter weather, so we're embracing the fact that winter has got a grip on Arkansas, and also the Winter Olympics kicking off.
That's right. And Mr. Clyde Aaron, he spent 2 hours creating this masterpiece this afternoon, hand carving this desk. I drove by. It was just a block of ice. That was about 2 o'clock this afternoon. By 5 o'clock, here's what we have.
I know. It's
elaborate.
And I don't know if you can see this, but also there's a lot of detail. We've got kind of a vase over here. Got a couple roses in there, so it looks pretty nice. So, you know, we're making the best of it. We are embracing it. I mean, you can't beat them, join them. So it is winter. And, of course, the Winter Olympics, the official kickoff, opening ceremonies, just about 15 minutes away or so like that coming up tonight. Host nation Russia sparing no expense to create a spectacular celebration of its rich cultural history, culminating in the lighting of the Olympic flame.
It'll be a great night to stay home and be in front of the TV, because if any past ceremonies are any indication, expect the spectacular during tonight's primetime broadcast of the Sochi opening ceremonies. Also, it's Jimmy Fallon's finale on late night as he gets ready to transition over into the Tonight Show. So plenty to watch here on KARK tonight.
I mean, we got the snow coming down. Might as well just stay in, get comfortable,
by a
sit
fire
right in front of the TV. Keep it on KARK4. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to have the incredible story of one woman who's taking a stand, speaking up, she says, for what is right for so many.
That's right. We're going to continue our profile of courageous Arkansans with a woman who took on the military. That is coming on in the newscast.
And that ice stack sticking around. He's through tonight. The next not even up this afternoon. 26 degrees. Trace of snow. Places may pick to 2 inches overnight. In store for the week. The chance.
And Aaron Vita.
The President's Day sale you've been waiting for.
Get famous quality Simmons and Serta mattresses, best price ever, and your sales tax paid.
Right now at Hanks, fine furniture.
KARK 4 News, sponsored by Red River Dodge Chrysler Jeep. Now from KARK4, your weather authority, Arkansas certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan.
Well, just about expected when we talked about the storm yesterday, rapidly breaking out in Arkansas when we did our o'clock newscast. It made it into the central part of the state, but already expanding across the northeast section of Arkansas this evening. Right now, snow continues to the south of Interstate 40, up around the Russellville area, back toward Waldron and Mena. Snow moving through the Little Rock metro area right now, back to the southwest through Cleveland County, Saline County. Further off to the east, snow rapidly expanding, pretty much between US 67 and Interstate 40, US 70. That will continue to be the case as we head through the next several hours as well. To the south and west, snow covers most of the southern third of the state. Monticello, Deschutes, counties, all Camden. You folks seeing some snow continuing in Arkansas. So if you're headed this evening, you will likely see snow across many parts of Arkansas. It's not going to be a terribly heavy snowfall, but enough to make driving slippery over the next hours. Temperatures in Little Metro area right now generally holding in the 20s. Elsewhere across the state, we do have of teens across north central Arkansas. We've got 25 right now, 24 Rock, and one of the spots down at Camp at 32 degrees. Storm system here pretty much right moving into Arkansas afternoon with some steadier, heavier snow will be occurring over the next hours. But by 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be rapidly moving east, and the snow will ended as the system continues to move out. Tennessee and Ohio We'll see a few breaks in the late tonight. Sunshine tomorrow. Moderate back to the 40s. Although some of the areas snow cover may only stay in the 30s, but overall a lot warmer than it has been on Sunday. Start with some sunshine, quickly fill in storm system that and then Monday night see accumulate Arkansas once again. The state seeing at least
Cotton for voting against more wasteful spending.
I knew I wanted to go to Arkansas Tech ever since I was a kid.
But I didn't know my passion would be working with kids.
I knew Tech was known for its nursing program, but I didn't know the care I would receive from my professors.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew I wanted to be a part of Greek life.
But I didn't know Tech would change my life.
It's easy to see why more than 11,000 students choose Tech. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Your feet aren't supposed to hurt, even if you're on them all day. Foot Solutions can help you live pain-free and enjoy your life. Stop by Foot Solutions today or visit ArkansasMatters.com and click on Professionals to find out more. Show us your feet and we'll show you a day without foot pain.
Welcome back, everybody. We continue to man our post out here on our ice desk as we ramp up to the opening ceremonies in 2014 Olympic Games. And it's going to be a couple of weeks of just outstanding, I guess you could say, sportsmanship and folks who are overcoming obstacles that lay before them.
That's right. And we are trying something here. We're honoring Arkansans with courage all month long. And one branch of government that really prides itself on honor is the military. It was recently shaken by new findings of rampant sexual assault. Get this, the Pentagon says as many as 22,000 cases went unreported. That was in 2012.
And there is legislation being introduced in Washington in hopes of correcting that. KRK4's Jocelyn Tovar actually spoke with a woman who's not only sharing her story with KRK, but also with lawmakers on trying to advance her cause.
When asked as a child, or even as an adult, what you wanted to be or do, none of us woke up and said, "Today I have made the decision to be raped."
Reading from her book, Silenced No More, having her picture taken for its cover, Melissa Davis gives a brutal account of her time serving in the United States Army. A time, she says, when she was raped repeatedly by her superior officer, threatened if she told.
It destroys who you are as a person. This picture was taken 3 days before I was raped for the first time. You can see the smile in my face and my eyes and just carefree.
A few months later,
you can see the smile and the youthfulness just is not here anymore. Nothing was ever the same.
Her life was turned upside down.
As a victim, you feel there's something you did wrong.
But Davis has found healing through her writing.
If it saves one person, then the last 27 years has been worth it for me.
And speaking out about the need for prosecution outside of the military, that the military's self-regulation does not work.
In my instance, it was a first sergeant who raped me, and it is a first sergeant who decides if a crime has committed, and that is why it has to be taken out of their chain of command. It has to be fair and partial, and servicemen and women deserve that.
She's not silent anymore. Do you think that you're courageous?
I was raped 27 years ago, but I have allowed it to control my life for 27 years, and it takes courage to stand up and say no more.
Jocelyn Tovar, KRK4 News.
A D.C. panel Davis just testified in front of in D.C. last week is ultimately going to make a decision on how to correct this issue. We want to let you know, by the way, her book is available through Amazon, also Barnes